You know what kills me is we've had like 60 some episodes of this podcast, and we have yet to have like a cool little musical intro. Like do. Welcome back.
We do have a cool musical intro. It's the voices that follow the musical intro. And I don't want to hear it because I've been telling you for literal years now that we need a proper intro to the podcast. And you always want to wing it.
I kind of like that natural feel.
Maybe that's why we're having to end the podcast. It's things like,
don't put this on me. Don't put this on me. Yeah, I feel like it's kind of like when you run into a friend at a coffee shop and you're like, hey, how's it going? I'm working on this thing. Oh, cool. Yeah, I just came in for my life.
I cannot think of anything I enjoy less than running into somebody, whether it's at the coffee shop or grocery store or anything, because it's like, now what?
Okay, granted, I think if you're running errands, if you have I need to go to the post office and the grocery store,
but listen, if you're an extroverted extrovert like yourself, it's great. If you're an introverted extrovert like myself, or I'm an extroverted introvert.
What if it was an introverted extrovert? An oxtrovert, if you will.
It's your worst nightmare. Anyway.
Well, welcome back to Season 3, Episode 2. We're happy to have you with here on Let's Commiserate. I don't actually have a commiseration this week. I only have positive things to say.
We can change that.
Well, you want me to... Okay, so...
Well, I'm Sam, for starters. Gosh, we just dispensed with the pleasantries. No, we didn't introduce ourselves.
Well, welcome to the show. I'm your host, Dave. You're Sam.
Thank you.
As you've mentioned.
Made very apparent. Okay, so you have a wonderful life. Let's hear all about it. And then I'm going to look for ways that I can ruin it.
So facetious.
That's a good word.
Is it actually that? Sure, that's the word. We've used that word before.
No, we haven't. I know. You know, that's what we need, like the last missing decoration. A little gong.
We need the gong. Is that the good word? Okay. Let me look up on my Amazon.
To find a mini gong.
Does Amazon even have?
Amazon's going to be like...
It has to.
Amazon's going to be like...
Mini...
No, who would want that?
I got spelled gong.
Gong? G-O-N.
It does indeed. Look at this sucker.
Let me see.
It's perfect.
How much is it?
It's $10.
Get it.
Can I just order it now?
$10. I'll send you $5 for my share later.
It's literally the perfect... No, this one's like black lacquer. I kind of want to get one with like dark wood. Oh my goodness. I think
this is the last season. It's not going to matter.
Oh, $500? Jeez Louise. Okay, just this jump.
Just get the $10 one.
15, 450.
I'm not seeing it. Wait, go back.
That one.
That is a really
nice. Like it must be like in beam.
Okay, get it.
Okay, we'll get the.
Okay, yes. Okay, so let's hear about your wonderful life.
2 weeks ago, Jesse and I went out to Colorado for the week.
I'm legitimately jealous. I've always wanted to go to Colorado.
And it was, I remember like last year, a friend of a friend was like, hey, do you want to go like out to Colorado, stay with my friends? I was like, yeah, sign me up. Where do I, vibe the tickets? So we went to, flew into Denver. And it was the first time we've ever gone to like the mountains, like the middle of the country. Like I've gone to Florida. Jesse's been to Florida. We've gone to California. So we've flown over Colorado multiple times. This was the first time we went to the Rocky Mountains. And I can fully honestly say that it lived up to all of my expectations. Yeah. And to be fair, I have high expectations.
I know.
It was an amazing.
Yeah, I went into a deep dive recently about cheapest yet still beautiful mountain towns to live in the United States. And
it's oddly specific.
I was very, very specific. And Rocky Mountains, they are insanely beautiful, but also insanely expensive.
Yeah, and that's actually...
So I was like, I'm going to have to live in an Appalachian mountain town. Which is like the dollar store version of Rocky Mountains.
It sucks for a lot of... I mean, I don't want to get into the geopolitics or economics of it all. But now that we're here, it was funny. I was talking to Dunn about it, and he's like, "Yeah, there's this thing I've never heard of it. I had to look it up. It's called tax burden. It's where like these folks, and they've lived in like Doug, the family we stayed with, they lived in Colorado for the last like 40 years. Yeah, they used to have property in Wyoming. They moved down, and because more and more people are moving in, the price of the property is increasing, which means the taxes are increasing. So even if they own their home full and clear, their taxes are growing at such a rate that if they're on like fixed income or if they're retired or anything, they literally can be like kicked out of their house because they can't afford it, because society has said, hey, your house is worth more than you're worth.
Well, that's what's happening too in North Carolina. Oh man, I haven't even told you. This is the hard thing about.
Do you see? Look at, actually, that lady last week yelled at us.
What lady?
It's only 30 minutes. You need to spend more time with your friend.
Oh yeah, she does. Yeah.
We have a non-podcast thing. Let's commiseration gathering,
which is very rare these days. It's okay to say that we just hung out. We can admit it. And our bartender, you went to the bathroom, and she looked at me and said,
"Wait, way to put me on blast." Okay, I needed to take care of business.
You went to the restroom, the washroom, and
powder room.
Yes, and she looked at me and said, "You need to spend more time with your friend." And I said, "What did he tell you?" Because I had just come back from the bathroom. But I don't know.
I didn't tell her anything.
You just like bared your soul to her. But I forgot to tell you. I don't know if this is good podcast talk, but my parents sold their house.
Oh, yeah. I think you mentioned that.
Did I?
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
because they closed. It was like they listed it in like a month later.
Not even a month later. It was like a week later that they got.
They had like a closing and everything.
Yeah. So which
blows my mind. Like that part of the, like nobody. Why would you move it?
Yeah. So you've been to that house that my parents live in now. I have no attachment to that house. It's not the house that I was raised in. They've still lived there for 11 years, a good chunk of time. But so they already found a new place in North Carolina for like half the price of what they sold this house for, and they've got somehow like 3 bathrooms in this new house they're moving into. Beautiful place. But so they
awesome. You can go to the bathroom in one and then wash your hands in another.
They got 4 bedrooms in this new house, and it's 2.5 baths. But however technically you want to get.
It does kind of confuse me why you have like a hallway bathroom with a full, like a hallway restroom with a full bath. I'm like, who's using that?
Hey, you never know.
Let's not to the bathroom. I needed to take a shower.
But they went down to look at the new place last week, and then they stayed with us on their drive back home.
Oh, nice. That's why they didn't.
That's why it was a very last minute thing. But my point being, so many people are moving down to North Carolina. It's become a very popular place to live. My wife is originally from North Carolina, and she said the same thing, that, yeah, it's great. North Carolina is wonderful, but it's making things harder for the rest of us who live there, as far as like prices increasing.
Which is funny to me, because I'm hearing of all these people, like, you read the news and they're like, oh yeah, the housing in LA is ridiculous. Yeah. And I'm like, okay. And then Jesse's family is like, oh yeah, everyone's moving into Grenville. And I'm like, okay. And then I go to Colorado and they're like, everyone's moving into Colorado. I'm like, where are these people coming from? Yeah. I don't understand how people are moving into these places. Where are they moving from? You never hear about like, there's been a mass exodus of 800,000 people from northern Maine moving to northern Carolina.
People who live in Asheville. People who live in northern Maine want to stay there for life. I will tell you that right now. It is Booneyville. It is where Stephen King gets all of his inspiration for every single one of his novels.
I support Stephen King, though. He's written some good stuff.
Well, anyway. But
he's fake.
Now, in an effort to make your positive story into more of a commiseration, didn't you get sick in Colorado?
I did. One day we went out
violently, right? Like you were on the verge of saying your goodbye.
I don't know. Okay, yeah, I count this as my commiseration. So, like, this happens to me every time we travel. just like we get off the airport and then I'm like, yeah, this is great. We're in this new place. We're about to adventure. And then I catch like a cold, which just, I can't say anything what I'm thinking on the air, but it stinks.
What is wrong with your immune system?
It's so weak. It's so weak. I don't know why.
No, to be fair, every time that we go on a trip, I always get sick for the first few. Maybe it's the flight. I don't know. Like maybe I should just be wearing a mask on flights now.
But did masks on the way there. It asks.
Masks. It's surprisingly hard to say.
Put on a mask.
I said surprisingly hard to say.
Yes, to be surprising. And I caught a flu, like a cold the one night. I was like, I just don't feel like, I don't feel right. So I went to bed and like 10 o'clock, 10:30, like when we were getting ready for bed, I started getting chills. And I was like, no, I can't let this happen. So I put on almost every piece of clothing I brought. I put on my sweatpants. I put on like Delta sauce. I put on like a shirt and a sweater.
3 pairs of underwear.
I just covered the blanket. I was like, I'm going to cook myself until this germ just bakes away. And I woke up in the morning in a sweaty puddle and I felt better. I'm just going to put that on there. And it worked. That's the thing is like at 2 a.m, I woke up and I felt the fever break. And I was like,
that fast.
We're good. Wow. We're good, man. Got through the rest of the week.
She didn't get sick.
No, Jesse has the immune system of, I don't know, something that has an amazing immune system.
Strong, independent woman.
She really does. And then she makes fun of me. She's like, you take your vitamins. I'm like, you need to. Like,
serious question. Do you take your vitamins?
I do. Every day I take probiotics, daily vitamins. I'm just a weak man in a weak body.
No, I'm right there with you. You're not a weak man. Samantha got me one of those like Sunday through Saturday pill boxes things, and she
Such
lays
an old man right there.
And so she lays mine out like a specific vitamin D gummy because she knows I don't like taking pills. I like that.
If all the vitamins came in gummy, I wouldn't eat the way I did.
We were not wealthy enough to have Flintstone vitamin gummies growing up, but yeah, she lays mine out, and that's the only way that I can count on it. To remember to take it. But I'm glad the scenery must have been great in Colorado.
So my one complaint with when we went was it was right in the middle of it was a shoulder season. So it was between winter and between the summer. So all the animals were in the middle of molting. What does that mean? So they're they have a winter coat during the winter, right? They have this big, heavy, think of like a parka. Okay. And then when the weather starts, actually, it's not temperature based, it's sunlight based. So once like a certain number of hours there are in the day, the bodies are just like, all right, time to lose the winter coat. And they start shedding it. Mm-hmm. They start losing all of this big winter fur and they start growing in their little lighter. And their winter coat is supposed to be like 5 to 10 times warmer than their summer coat, which makes sense. Right. Yeah. But in this interim state, they just look homeless. They just look shaggy. And in fact, I Googled it, and the Rocky Mountain State Park website has in their FAQs, like, why do all the animals look so shaggy?
They're going through something. Yeah.
They're basically just
molting. I did not know that concept.
I know. I was really hoping, I was like, look, like we're all the way here. I really hope we see stuff. Yeah. We saw moose. Wow. We saw elk. We saw Rocky Mountain sheep, like the rams on the mountainside. They were like just chewing.
I grew up in Maine, and this whole time I've still never seen a moose.
Still.
The one time I came close was I was sitting in the back seat while my sister-in-law was driving. My brother was in the passenger seat. And I had like fallen asleep, and she stopped dead in her tracks, like slammed on the brakes, and she's like, "There's a moose." I was like, "What?" And I just missed it. That was as close as I came.
That's as close as you get.
But in Maine, they have a whole driver's ed unit on how to handle moose encounters.
Because you're not supposed to hit them because they'll crush you.
Or they'll charge. Like if you wait too long, a moose will charge.
Moose pulls up, that'll be $5, sir.
No. They will start plummeting towards the
I
card.
accept PayPal or Cash App.
But as you talked about it, it got me thinking about, I guess this is a commiseration. So I work as a social media manager.
I'm so sorry.
And a big part of my job is helping clients figuring out what they're going to caption their
They're
posts.
promoting artists
Yes.
survive in a world of social media.
And you and I talk a lot about using AI for whatever purpose.
We've talked about it, joked about it.
Now, one dead giveaway that people are starting to catch on to with AI is if somebody has either scripted their reel on Instagram or a TikTok video with AI, or if they've scripted their caption with AI. And I have a few clients who insist on using ChatGPT for that purpose, which that is your choice. The problem is people on social media are really starting to catch on when something has been written or generated by AI. And a dead giveaway is if they use contrasting language or rephrasing or reframing language. And it was something you said earlier that got me thinking about it. When they say X is not Y, it's Z. So it's like procrastination isn't delaying, it's avoidance. Typically,
That's it. Yeah, I think
I guarantee you, anytime you see a caption on Instagram with something like that, or in the video itself,
like the little
the written
tap
text,
slurred, right?
the caption.
Sorry. I'm thinking like closed captions. I'm like,
No. Like the caption accompanying the post.
okay, that.
Anytime someone says like motivation isn't driven by, desperation, it's, the drive. Just anytime something is written like that, X is not Y, it's Z. I can guarantee you
It's AI.
ChatGPT wrote that. Not that that's bad.
Yeah.
And I don't want to sit here and say that everybody who uses reframing language like that is doing it with AI. It's still an effective way of writing things. But AI has figured out that that type of language is what gets engagement.
Well, that's I read this. Actually, MIT released an article last month that basically AI is a big sicko. So it reads, because the thing is, AI is not there to make. It is there to make money. It's not there for the love of the art. It's not there for the education of the people. It is there because it has run like thousands of scenarios and said, "Hey, this is what gets people's."
I have scoured the web, and this is what
It's smart enough to realize that if it agrees with you, then you're going to like it. And if the AI says, no, you're wrong, or no, that's dumb, or no, you're just a big jerk, like it realizes that it's going to lose you. So basically, MIT is the whole article is like AI is a sycophant, and it's training you to think that you're more awesome than you are.
So when I help my clients with their posts, I will send them their captions for each post for the coming week. And yeah, I might use ChatGPT as a starting point, but I will analyze every caption that it makes, and I will go in and change. If it uses reframing language like that, I change it immediately because I know that people are going to catch on to it. But I have clients who will be like, oh, I ran your caption through ChatGPT and it said I should say this instead. So let's go with that. And it'll go back to the reframing language. Like, you're not tired. You're just overwhelmed.
Can we put that on the caption for this?
Yeah. It's like, and I'm like, I'm going to go with what you're telling me, but it is a bad idea, but people are going to catch on. And sure enough, it does.
I love just how much hate AI is getting.
Yes.
It just makes, and I'm like, okay, do I use it for my secular work? Yeah, there are times
100%, yeah.
If I need it to help me write an email, that would clarify a thought. Because it's like, I've noticed actually with like a lot of my work, like I'll just put text down. I'm trying to like rearrange my thoughts, and I'll be like, hey, I like clean this up, and it'll be like, oh, this. I'm like, Ward, you know, you get that.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna have it. Like, I will always filter it before I send it out. Like, that is never ever, like, you don't trust me.
Because if you notice, ChatGPT says at the bottom, ChatGPT can make mistakes.
Well, you saw, let's say Microsoft last week. I know, they're like, we didn't start talking about AI, but now we're here. Microsoft posted I think it was like 2 weeks ago, they, like, a legal thing at the bottom of their, like, terms and policies with co-terms and conditions. They're like, this is not a tool. This is a toy. This is for entertainment purposes.
Does it say that?
On their, wow, I can't say the words, on their, like, corporate company-made tool. It literally says for entertainment purposes only.
Well, no. So there have been times when even, like, you know, if like, I'm not necessarily using AI to come up with ideas, because even, you know, the smartest person will tell you that AI doesn't have imagination. But even analyzing data, I have had AI do it, and it has been wrong. Yes. And I was telling my friend Clay, I'm like, sometimes I talk to AI like it's my live-in servant who I talk down to. And I say, what is wrong with you? Look at that again and come back to me. And ChatGPT will say, you're right. I should have caught that. Then why didn't you? I'm supposed to be relying on you. And all these commercials that are coming out nowadays are saying AI is the future and stuff. So I've learned my way around it, but it is concerning. I can see.
I watched a video on Dave's Garage the other day on YouTube, and he was just this is the guy that wrote Task Manager for Windows 95 back in the day. And he just really big nerd. Yeah. But he went through that, and he's like, why are applications or why are apps, why are these things so dumb? And there's a whole, I mean, I don't want to get into it. It's a pretty big, it's just messy. But the money that they're trying to save, pinching pennies, is making everyone suffer. Let's just be honest.
And on that note, let's take a break.
I need a break.
And when we get back, we'll discuss more lighthearted things like a free murder mystery game that you should try. We'll be right back.
That sounds like fun. What's worse than AI? Murder.
Honestly.
And we're back. So, Sam, I believe you mentioned we were going to talk about a free murder mystery game. Elaborate on that for me, will you?
Right. So if you saw our last episode, you might know that we're going to spend the majority of, well, maybe not the majority, but a good chunk of this season talking about our murder mystery party kit games that we've written. And there's a lot of background and lore and history that has gone into the creation of these games. So we're excited to share that and talk about it a little more in depth. So we figured we wouldn't start by talking about our very first game ever, but this is actually our most recent game ever. You might know that in a lot of our short form social media reels, we talk about a free demo murder mystery game that you could try. And it's not a scam. It is actually a free game that you can try for a group of 4 people. And that's what we're talking about today. And it is called...
I just called it a Racetrack.
Actually, yeah, I shouldn't have put you on the spot like that.
Sorry. You know, and it's funny, I wrote most of this one, but it's just like Racetrack. Yeah.
Treachery at the Racetrack. Yeah. This was actually a pretty special one because it was, I think, the first one that I just kind of let you take the reins as far as the writing process goes.
This was fun. Yeah. I actually remember, I forget where we were flying back from, but I worked most of this one on an airplane.
It should have been at a racetrack.
It was a fantastic, because I remember talking to my dad years before. I mean, this was when we first started Mysteries on Demand, and he was like, "Oh, you know what?" Because he's just an eccentric, entrepreneur style.
I haven't seen your dad in forever. I just realized I should shoot him a text.
Or not. Oh, or you should.
No, because I guarantee you, whether it's by text or phone call, he's going to say something along the lines of my son or my other son.
I miss it. Yeah.
How are you?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so he was like, oh, he's like,
And it's going to include some life plan that he has mapped out for me that I have not consented to.
the most invasive. I love him. I love him dearly. I really do. He's a smart guy. But he doesn't know where his life ends and your life starts.
Correct.
It's just like, oh, here, this is what you should, this is what we should do. Where it's like, no, this is what I should do. But he was like, hey, you're doing these mystery things. He's like, you should write a free one to let people like test the game out.
Yeah.
And it was, I mean, we had talked about it for years and we were like, yeah. But if we're going to take the time, let's make one that we can sell. Okay, yeah. And then finally I was like, okay, we need a free version. And so like, let's keep it small. How small do we, because a lot of our other mysteries, like the one,
The shoebox
has like 30 characters.
30 characters, a minimum of 13 characters, and the max.
I remember 13 was where like can get it down and like an even number like 10, and it was like 13.
Yeah, and this was before, again, we talked about AI. This was before the days of AI telling you, like, I mean, maybe now I would plug it into AI and say, hey, what is the minimum number of players this game would need? But I did this by myself, and I was like, 13 is the minimum.
I remember we had the whole list of characters and everything on a whiteboard, and I mean, we originally wrote it with. This was kind of our core.
Well, we said like this game is specifically designed to be for a
larger group. Yeah, which is, I mean, it takes place in a restaurant. It has a
speakeasy. Yeah, it's supposed to be a big thing.
This one we were like, okay, for a free game, let's keep it quick and short, but intimate. Like, let's keep it like maybe like 4 people, maybe like 2 couples, or like a group of friends, like 4 people that you can like on a Friday night, if you're just hanging out, you can be like, hey guys, I saw this thing on Instagram. Let's try it out. Download the PDFs and you're off to the races, literally. So originally we wrote this mystery for a small group of 4 players. There was going to be one guy.
What's so funny?
Going to get two guy characters. One literally named Guy, one Terry, one female named Dan, and then Alex Benoit, who can be played by either role depending on your group. So it was a fun little just mystery. Like, you know, you can have whoever you want join. Yeah. And it has a nice little romance triangle. It takes place in a race course, which is always exciting.
In the 1930s.
And so the costumes, I mean, if you're gonna, you know, it's kind of small group to like get all costumed up for.
You don't need to go all out with this one. This is just to test the waters.
Yeah, it's pretty straight.
But I remember during the writing process, I wasn't really actively involved. I remember you did the majority of the writing for this. Probably 95% of it. And then we got together in person, and I just kind of put in my 2 cents on that. And yeah, you should be very proud of what you did with this.
Considering you wrote most of the other ones. I mean, like the character profiles.
I wrote most of the character profiles. We wrote the mystery together. I just did most of the character profiles.
Which I have such a problem with like grammar and things. So, you know, my dyslexia gets the better of me. But
it's the combination of your grammar and my need to be in control.
Yes.
That just creates the perfect storm. Yeah, it's bad. But one very exciting aspect of this was we officially hired an artist to create our icons for the characters.
Especially in the last year, there's been so much AI slop and AI hate that we said, okay, we're not going to include AI in any of our mysteries. They're going to be handwritten, you know, they're going to be hand designed.
We never ever have AI write the stories or anything. Yeah. And I will admit, when AI first came onto the scene, I did have AI generate the character portraits because everybody was doing it. And I didn't realize the implications and the drawbacks. Yeah.
and at the time everyone was pushing for it. It was like, this is the way of the future. And then it came back and it was like, no, it's literally killing the planet. It's like, okay, let's
Yeah.
support the change. And we actually,
Or support real artists. Yeah.
which a lot of them are strict on. I didn't realize, like, I was looking at the
It's a big thing.
what's the one? Photo
Adobe? Or no?
stock. Yeah, the website, they're down on their stock is down like 90% already this year, simply because of AI usage.
Yeah.
Oh, Shutterstock.
Shutterstock, yes.
They're down like 90% just because nobody needs to buy stock footage anymore. If I need stock footage, I'm just gonna go to AI and all like, hey, make this image,
It's horrible.
which
Yeah,
is
I understand.
So we said, okay, let's support small business,
Or support local artists.
local artists, and we have a local artist design and make our portrait characters for the Racetrack mystery.
Yep. And he's going to be doing the artwork for all of our mysteries. He's actually going to go through and redesign all of our character portraits for the rest of our mysteries. So that's really exciting.
So support small business near you.
He did not want to have his name included. Such a humble.
He's such a humble, which was kind of, I'm like, you need to get yourself out there, guy.
Yeah.
But yeah, the Racetrack mystery, give it a try. It's just for people to test the waters. And if you like it, then you can go and try some of our more in-depth games that require a lot more players.
I like this one. I actually tested it out with my family. I was like, hey,
Oh, you did?
do you guys want to just give me some feedback?
Yeah.
People seem to really be liking it. A lot of people choose to download it from our socials. So give it a try.
Yeah. So if you've played the game, feel free to drop a comment. Did you like it? Did you hate it? What would you have changed? Do you have any photos from the event? That kind of thing. Let us know. Do you want to see more of these? Like if this is like something that you would want more of, like, okay, do we need smaller game packs? Do we need to have more of them? And I know like Shoebox, 30 people. I'm like, for me,
That's a lot.
hosting a party of 30 is kind of like, that's a big deal.
One of the most common comments I get is because Shoebox requires a minimum of 13 players. One of the most common comments I get is, you're assuming that I have 13 friends. It's like, yeah, that is.
And that's why they're handing this one, because it's a small time. Yeah.
But let us know what you think. We'll put the link to the free download in the description. And in the meantime, thanks for commiserating with us. If you like this, go ahead and give us a follow or subscribe wherever you get your podcasts. You can also follow us on all of our socials at Mysteries on Demand on TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube. And be sure to check out our Etsy shop, Mysteries on Demand, so you can try one of our bigger murder mystery party games for yourself. And in the meantime, Dave, sign us off.
Well, if it's not here, it's there. We'll meet you at the racetrack. Thanks for joining us.